Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. God is available everywhere, like space is available everywhere. But in the total space we cannot live. We require a localized space like house. In the same manner, God is everywhere. But that God is not available to us. So we want a location where God is available to us. And what is God? God is not something like a person, or he could be every person. So, God is nothing but causeless bliss. All of us know the happiness with some cause. I am happy because I got a lottery. I am happy because I got a job. I am happy because I got married. You know, one of the Westerner, like any one of you, who came to India, and there was some function going on in Pune. A child was, initiated into thread ceremony. Thread ceremony is the first initiation for education in life. About 8 years, 9 years child, very innocent, cute looking child, and all the things were done, every mantra going on, and he was dressed so neatly. So this person who came probably from US or somewhere, or Europe, he asked me this question, "Excuse me, you seem to be some religious person?" I said, "Yes." "This boy is getting married. Where is the bride?" I said, "No, this is not a marriage. This is called as a thread ceremony." "Okay, I want to ask you one question." I said, "Yes." "In Indian marriages, why this happens that when there is a marriage, the girl cries and the boy doesn't cry?" This happens every time. When a girl gets married, she cries. The boy doesn't cry. What is the reason? I said, the reason is, girl cries only once. Rest of the life, it is the boy who cries. See, we all know happiness, which is caused happiness. See, even in the deep sleep, when we have nothing, when we are nobody, there also we experience happiness. But that happiness is also caused happiness. If I am in deep sleep, then only I can be that happy. If I am out of the deep sleep, that happiness goes. So all of us have an introduction to the happiness which is caused by something or the other. See? Is there uncaused happiness? This uncaused happiness is called as God. That which is without reason, that which is not caused. Because it is not created, it is not caused, it never ends. It is eternal bliss. Like the example I gave, space is everywhere, but it is available to us in a house. In the same manner, eternal bliss is everywhere, in every moment, but it is available to us, not all the time. So what we get only is little bit glimpses of bliss. See? And as a result of which, we are constantly struggling throughout our life only to get happiness. If we have to write our autobiography in one line, what we will write? We have been struggling to get happiness throughout our life till date. I eat lot food for happiness. I observe fast for happiness. I get married for happiness. I get divorced for happiness. See? I have children for happiness. I don't want children for happiness. I have pets for happiness. I hate pets for happiness. In short, every activity of our life is guided only in search of this happiness. See, friends. And yet this happiness is not available to us all the time. So what is to be done? See? It is something like this, Once I was in Kailash, the Mount Kailash in Tibet. I went there. And where I was going along with some people, there was a conference of many masters and the Lord was seated there, Lord Shiva. Somewhere here he is. Lord Shiva was seated there. So we all went and did namaskar, prostrations, and he said, I am thinking of doing something for the upliftment of the total humanity. So we being Indians, we clap. So the Lord says, stop that nonsense, we stop. Then he said, for the upliftment of every individual soul in the whole world, whatever is the right kind of situation, place, people, for everyone, I shall provide. So we were nearly to clap, but we remembered, no, we just stopped. And then we kept quiet. Then the Lord said, what are you going to do? So we looked at each other. Being Indians, we are expert in making committees and having meetings. So we said, we'll have a committee and a meeting. And the result will be presented to you tomorrow. Lord said, okay, amen. And then next day we all went. The Lord was waiting for us. And he said, yes, what you have decided? So all the masters pushed me. You go and talk. I said, okay, sir. We all have decided one thing. That for the evolution of every individual soul, you are going to provide a right kind of environment. But the question is, how to interact in that given environment so that one can evolve and be an instrument to express the divine bliss through us. That guidance is required. See, it is something like, the other day I received one very good cartoon. The son says, iPod, I got. Daughter says, iPad, I got. The wife says, iPhone, I got. The husband says, I paid for all of them and got nothing. See, structures are there. Can the computers function without the software? They require software. So, the requirement for our evolution is provided by the divine will. Now the question is, do we have the software downloaded and installed in us so that we know how to interact in a given situation? Otherwise, it becomes only junk. This is what is the technique of making the divine available to us. We all have everything. In spite of everything, time, place, people, health, everything we have. But do we have contentment and fulfillment in life? See, all that we have done in our whole life is only fulfilling the desires. As a child, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. You get it? How long do you play with those electronic games, digital games? One day, 2 days, it becomes old. Then you want a new one. Like that, how many things we collect around us in our whole life. And what we have done, only tried to fulfill the desires, and yet there is no fulfillment discovered in our life. See, friends, Upanishad says, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat na asti akritaha kritena tadvijnanatham gurumeva vigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. In one of the Upanishad it is said, let us pause for some time in our life and look behind. What we have achieved till date. When we were not in this world, was there anything lacking? When we will not be in this world, will there be any lacuna? Meaning, our presence in this world, it is uncalled for. Is this our life? We are born because of the parents. Our contribution in our birth is zero. Then we grow, first vertically, then horizontally. And then we entertain many diseases, and then old age comes, and it is a formality to be completed, so we die. Is this all life? Or there is something much more in our life? See, friends, we all know only one formula. Fulfillment of the desires is the goal of life, nothing else. And why we want to fulfill our desires? Let us go into the analysis of this. What is the desire? Desire is an uncomfortable feeling because of want for something. So when we fulfill our desire, then that uncomfortable feeling we remove. But by the time we remove that one uncomfortable feeling, the second one is standing in the queue. See? Try to fulfill the second one, the third one is already there. And if we look into our life, right from childhood till death, what we have done is only one thing. Fulfill desires, fulfill desires. But we have never learned from our own experiences of life. See, friends. And if we learn from the experiences of our life, we will come to know whatever we have done so far in our life, it has not given us fulfillment. See, our life remains unfulfilled, whatever we may have. See? And therefore, tadvijnanatham gurumeva vigachet. So, to know the purpose of our life, why we are here, for what? If we were not here, was there something lacking in this world? And yet we are sent over here. What could be the reason? what we have understood, that we should get happiness through our talk, through our actions. We should get happiness through our speech. We should get happiness through our thinking. So all our activities at the body level, at the speech level and the thought level, they are directed only for getting happiness. Is there any possibility that let all our activities express happiness? Is there any possibility that let every word express joy? Is it possible that every thought is a manifestation of joy? If this happens, then like the house space is available to us, not the total space. In the same manner, the God is available to us, although He is everywhere. See, friends, is there any possibility? Let us find it out. Otherwise, our life is a mechanical existence. We get up in the morning, finish the morning episode, have tea, coffee, breakfast, and then go for a walk here and there, and then come and then see the news or this thing and condemn everybody. The world is going from bad to worse. Children are horrible these days. During our child time it was not like that. Today's children are so horrible. The world is going to dogs, and now 21st December 2012 is coming. Oh. And then by this time, lunch time comes. Then eat. Then sleep. Then again get up and have a cup of tea, coffee. Go for a walk, come back. Again eat. Repeating ad nausea throughout, nothing else. See, friends. Therefore, the first thing, if we are walking the spiritual path, why we are not able to discover? Why we are not consistent on this? What is that? So the answer is, what we lack is we have not discovered the value for this. See, friends, whenever we know value for something, there are no difficulties. Difficulties are when we have not recognized the value for something. Number one. For example, we all have value for money. Has anybody ever said in his or her life, earning money is very difficult, Ray Baba, I am not going to earn money? Has anybody ever said? We find out the ways and means how to earn the money, because the value for the money is known to us. In the same manner, this inquiry, let us be a counter to let Him express through us. See? If this becomes our project of life, then we have understood the value of spiritual life. For us, spirituality or religion means going to the temple, to the church, and giving a long list to the Lord. Lord, please note down. A big list is given. And then we tell the Lord, oh Lord, let us sign an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Oh Lord, Lord says, yes, you have infinite powers, but no desires. Lord says, yes, I know that. Lord, I have got infinite desires, but no power. I know that also. Why not we have an MOU signed so that your infinite powers and my infinite desires are brought together and both of us have fulfillment in life? See, we never want to go beyond this. See, friends. And therefore, in the old age, there is a big lacuna, frustration. Everything is there. There is nothing lacking. See? And this happens only because we have not recognized the value and importance of this inquiry. See? So, one is the value to be recognized. Second is the intensity. With what intensity we get involved in this. See? You must have heard the name of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He was a great saint of India. And he had a disciple, Vivekananda. When he was young, a college student, he asked his guru, "Sir, the mother goddess talks to you. Why she doesn't talk to me?" So the teacher said, "You really don't want that she should talk to you. If you intensely want, she will talk." "No, I really intensely I want." Your intensity is not enough. See? Even the ordinary mother doesn't give food to the child unless the child cries. And when the mother sees that really this fellow is hungry, then she will give. In the same manner, we don't have that hunger to know the truth. See? So, the teacher said, "Okay, I'll tell you later. Now let's go for the bath in the Ganges. It's getting late." So both of them went to the Ganges to take bath. They were, see, this much deep, chest deep waters. And then the Guru called the disciple, "Come near." And then his head is pressed below the water level. How long can we keep? 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Maximum 1 minute. After that, dashing the Guru. Then the Guru says, "How much you are dying to breathe with that intensity when you want to know the truth is revealed." So two things. Number one, the value. Number two, the intensity. See, friends, there are many stories we come across in Bhagavad. There was a king and he ruled the world for 10,000 years, and then he handed over his kingdom to his eldest son. And he went in the forest and did tapasya, austerities, and merged in the absolute. Now this is a story in short I told you. Now what we learn from this story? Oh, it's a cock and bull story. Who can rule for 10,000 years? This is not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, even if you are ruling the whole world, not for one election term, but for 10,000 years, yet in this material world, we can never discover fulfillment in life. See? And this we can learn only if we analyze our experiences. See? All of us want to sleep. If somebody doesn't get sleep, how much miserable he or she becomes. Now what is sleep? Sleep is when we reject the whole world. Our property, our ownership, our relations, our achievements, our personality, everything is rejected. To what extent? The last attempt. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till this is going on, we are not in sleep. when the ultimate I and the want, that also is dropped, then the sleep begins, a beautiful snoring music begins. So to get a simple thing like a sleep, we have to reject everything. See? Now the question is, do you mean, Swamiji, we should also follow you and become a monk? Please don't. You will take away my market share. Don't do that. Then only come to recognize. What we have to come to recognize? What is our in this world? See, friends, the body with which we live in this world, is this body created by us? It's not created by us. It is something like, this is Acha's house. He is kind enough to invite me and stay here. And I tell him, this is my house. And I push him out of the house. This is exactly what we have done. The house is, the body is created by the parents. We enter the body and now start claiming, the body is mine and I am the body. First sin, the first theft. From this point of view, we are all thieves. Somebody else's property we have occupied forcibly. See, friends. And in the kingdom of thieves, when everybody is a thief, there is nobody is a thief. See, friends. So, we simply become aware of this. This body is just given to us to stay. This body cannot be me. And then you will come to realize, everything begins from body identification. See? In the deep sleep, when we are not identified with the body, that time we are neither man nor woman, neither husband nor wife, neither mother nor father, neither rich nor poor, neither Australian nor Indian. No time, no place, and nobody. And the first thing that happens, we become identified with the body. The moment we become identified with the body, I is born. Then I, first thing he sees is what is the time. Second thing, where I am. Third thing, what I have to do. From then onward, all relations, all possessions, this load we carry like a mule throughout our life. And we suffer through and through, and yet we don't learn. See, this is the comedy of the tragedy. The other day, somebody came and asked me this question. Swamiji, I am extremely disturbed, depressed, frustrated. So I kept quiet. Because I lost my sister and she was everything for me. I don't know what should I do. I just can't come out of it. Then I asked her, I said, when you saw the death of your sister, that time as much miserable you were, are you miserable after 6 months? No, I am not that much miserable. I said, let little more time pass. Time is the best healer. This will also slowly go away. But when we are able to achieve this with a click of a mouse, then we have understood the meaning of spiritual life. We are not miserable because somebody dies. We are miserable because whosoever is dead we relate ourselves to that dead person. So where is the misery? Misery is not in the death. Misery is our relationship with that person. And how the relationship is born? After body identification. See the connections. And when we thus come to recognize this, then we all will come to realize this simple technique. We all have to play our different roles in this world. See, I had to play the role of a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, doctor, patient. All roles we have to play. And when we have to play the role, we have to play our role best. See, be very attentive. In any drama, whatever character comes on the stage, that character comes on the stage not by his free will. He is told, now enter the stage. And he is again told, now exit. And during his or her presence on the stage, he is told, you have to talk these dialogues and you have to do this acting. So his arrival, his stay and his departure from the stage, he has zero freedom, is it not? Is it not our story? Has anybody ever asked us, you will be born in Nambuka head? Nobody has. And when we will lifted from here, will anybody ask, excuse me, you are being transferred to Honolulu? See, friends, our arrival and departure is not in our hands. Our stay, what freedom we have. We talk about freedom. What freedom we have? See, there was one girl in Bombay many years before. Now she is a mother of college-going children. This must be about 30, 40 years before. That time she was studying in college. And some students came to her house to take her for some party. She was a graduate student. And her father was standing in the porch. So when this group came, boys and girls, her age group, to go for a party, so he said, no, she is not there, she has already gone. And the girl was inside. And all those boys and girls went. So this girl got so angry with the father. Dad, why did you tell lies? So the dad said, enough is enough. I give you freedom up to a limit, not beyond that. Unguarded freedom leads to calamity. We all have freedom to drive the car on the road, but it is guarded. You cannot drive the way you want. There are speed limits. No, but the other side of the road, it may be a wrong side, but it is free. Let me go that way. No. You have to stand in your queue. So we have freedom, but it is guarded freedom. See. So he said, no means no. So she got frustrated. And then she wrote me later. Those days, no emails. She wrote me later. 27 questions she has asked. And one question only I will tell you. She said, Swamiji, we Indian girls are in slavery. Before marriage, dad, bracket, man, underline. After marriage, husband, bracket, man, underline. In the old age, the son, bracket, man, underline. We are all slaves. What kind of Indian culture is? Can't we get freedom? So I wrote her back. I said, you want freedom from whom? Don't you know you are a slave of your own mind? The mind is making you dance. You don't do what is right. You want to do what you like. Is it not our life? All that we have done in our life is what I like, I will do that. What I don't like, I don't do that. All that we like need not be good. We all like to sleep up to 10 o'clock. And in our KG1, KG2, what we have learned? Early to bed and early to rise. Isn't it? But we don't like it. And that we call freedom. I can sleep up to 10 o'clock. Prosperity. Food. I don't like this food. I want that food. The net result is we give ourselves so much of choice that we become miserable if our choice is not fulfilled. The real freedom is freedom from choice. Lesser the choice we have, happier we are. No choice, all bliss. But we are so much enslaved by our personal prejudice, likes and dislikes, that our whole life is spent only running after what we like and running away what we don't like. So if we have to write in one line, this will be the thing. What we are doing? We are running after something what we like and away from something what we don't like. See, is this freedom? See, friends. So the real freedom is in understanding this. Whatever role we have to play in our life, play your role perfectly well. See? And when we play our role perfectly well, there will be no guilts. There will be no guilt of omission and wrong commissions. See, in the old days, Upanishad says there are two things which torture every old person. Kimahagam sadhuna karavam, kimaham papam akaravam iti. When I was young, why I did not do this? When I was young, why I did this wrong thing? But in the old days, other than the load of the regrets and the guilt, nothing is available. See, friends. Therefore, spiritual life is recognizing this. And this is what is the theme given in this text which is given to you. It is a story which comes in Bhagavad, that there was a great devotee child, Prahlad, and his father was a terrible monster kind of person. He was against gods. He used to tell, I am God. What God you are talking about? And a child was naturally having inclination towards God. The story tells that when he was in the womb of his mother, the lady carrying the baby in her womb, she happened to be in the ashram, and where every day satsanga was going on. And during that period, prenatal period, the child was exposed to all the divine thoughts, creative thoughts, positive thoughts. And when the child was born, he was educated in a prenatal state, and therefore he was a totally different person. See? And when he was sent to the school for worldly learnings, he was not interested in that. His all attention was that let us be an instrument through which the divine can express in its full glory. What is the fulfillment of a son? Fulfillment of the son is when the parents are proud. Yes, he is my son. Then there is a fulfillment. I was telling today Indira Amma, I said, Mama, you are extremely lucky among millions. We have got most wonderful children. Most of the parents carry the load. See, they are frustrated. In the same manner, let Lord be not frustrated. Why did I create this fellow? Let us be a counter through which he can express. And in this manner, he started collecting the children in that school. And he started telling them, and this is the theme, what he told. Therefore, God is available everywhere, but he becomes manifest in the satsanga. Like the milk is available in the whole cow, but it is available only in the udder. You can't milk from the ears. See, in the same manner, the divine is available everywhere, but it becomes manifest in these kinds of satsangs. See, to give you in today's world's example, suppose this is a mobile phone. Sound waves are available everywhere, but they become manifest only inside the mobile phone, is it not? Should we say, sound waves are everywhere, why don't I hear? Because they are not there. No, we don't have the capacity to catch them. This mobile phone has the capacity. So, we use the mobile phone, catch the sound waves, and hear them. In the same manner, the divine, the Lord, the bliss is abundantly available. But we do not have the instrument to catch it. That instrument is satsanga. That instrument is when we come together and think of something higher. Otherwise, what are the normal talks? Normal talks are how the world is bad and I am good. A simple theme, everywhere view. So this young child, Prahlad, he was talking to his classmates. Kaumari acharet prajnaha dharman bhagavataniha durlabam manusham janma padam api adhruvam arthadam. He said, if you see the total creation, in the total creation, what is the percentage of human beings? See? Take the sea life, then the reptiles, then the mosquitoes, invertebrates, then the avians, mammals. Take the total creation, and among them, what is the percentage of human being? So the best that could happen in our life has already happened. We are born as human beings. Durlabham, extremely rare indeed. See, friends, we never have the value of what we have. See, in the morning when we went for a walk with Paul, I was talking to him. He went to Bali. I was talking to him. I said, USA conducted, some company conducted one survey, the happiest countries in the world. They had some criteria. On the basis of that, they published the report. The happiest country in the world are India, Indonesia, and Mexico. So he said, yes, when I went to Bali for 1 month, He said, when I went there, I had a first shock of my life. How could people be so happy here? Then, after 1 month, I came back to Australia. I had another shock. Why people are not happy? See, friends, more than what we have, what is important is with whatever we have, how we are. See, friends. Another email I received yesterday, the best email of the year award. So this particular email was awarded the best email. There are pictures and so many of them and a caption. There are, ropes and they are the bridges, and on that rope, holding one rope and walking on that rope with the child in the back and something bag in the hand and something on the head, and that lady is crossing there. We complain about road congestions. Look at them. See? Then there is one old lady, bent 90 degrees, huge load on her back, fuel carrying, and a smile on her face. We say the world is too much for her, for us. Look at her. So beautiful. Therefore, what we have, we are not aware how lucky we are that we are human beings. See? 4 things: eating, sleeping, all the time worried about the security and procreation. 4 things are done commonly by human beings and animals. If our life is spent only in these 4 things, nothing beyond this, God will correct His mistake. In our next life, He will send us to the right destination. You are fit to be a pig, eat and procreate and do nothing. See? Life cannot be only this. See? So, Kaumare acharet prajnaha dharman. Now what should be our lifestyle? When we are in the teenage, see, I'll give a scheme. It's very systematic. Up to the age of 5 or 6 maximum, love your children, hug them, sleep with them, spend time with them. From 7 up to 13, discipline, values, strict. From 13 to 19, ambition, goal, achievement, inspiration, creativity, competition, challenges. And thereafter, when they are grown up with these qualities, then they will be able to fight the war of life. See? Paul would ask me, how did you come to know Dr. Warrior? I said, when his twins were just completed their schooling, he was wise enough to send them to India. 6 months these 2 children were with me. And these 6 months they studied, they learned all the things that I am talking to you, all sincerely, without any hesitation, living in the same simple condition. They came from all the luxuries of life, but there everything simple. And as a result, their base was prepared. See, normally when the youngsters grow and all that, going the wrong way is very easy. If there is some real enemy that we all have, the enemy is not outside. The enemy is inside. Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. We are our enemy, we are our friend. When our mind rules us, we are our enemy. When we rule the mind, then we are our friends. Therefore, Kaumare acharet prajnaha dharman bhagavataniha. So we have to have a self-disciplined life. See, friends, when we sleep, when we wake up, what we do, what we read, this has to be self-imposed. Whenever discipline is self-imposed, it is freedom. When discipline is imposed from outside, it is a bondage. Like all of you have come here. Now those of you who have come on your own choice, you will enjoy. And those of you who are tied down with a lead and brought over here, you will be suffering. I don't know when is going to stop. I think. Therefore, this life must be lived perfectly. There cannot be any way. Like, his kids, they are now surgeons and all that. Do you think they have dropped directly from the heavens as surgeons? They have gone through a lot of discipline. See? Then only the life is made. Otherwise, we destroy our own life. So, Kaumari acharet prajna dharman bhagavataniya. Let our life be disciplined. Without disciplined life, we can achieve nothing in life. Then, durlabham manuhen jana padam adhruvam api arthadam. Although we as human beings don't live eternally, we live only for few years, maybe 50, 60, 100, 110. It is not for all the time. But through the same temporary body, we can attain permanent bliss in our life. It is possible. See. Therefore, he was telling his classmates, let us understand the value, the opportunity, the urgency about the spiritual life. Yatha hi purushasya vishno padopasarpanam yadesha sarva bhutana priya atmeshwara surada. See, it is extremely necessary for us that we are able to remain closer to our divine nature. See, you must enjoyed the ride on a big round, that circle moves. What do you call that? Circle.
Ferris wheel.
The big one. When we are sitting over there and it goes down and up, what happens in our stomach? Oh! But as you migrate towards the hub, you come to the hub, let it move with any speed, nothing happens to us. In the same manner, when we are at the periphery of our personality, what is the periphery of our personality? Worldly objects and worldly relations. We keep on going and going, tired, exhausted, disgusted, anger, greed. No end to that. And we get tired of that. Then what we do? We migrate to the hub, to the center. And when we migrate to the center in deep sleep, the problems of moving at the periphery of our personality, those problems become null and void. But we continue to exist. This journey from the periphery to the center is leading a disciplined and spiritual life. Spiritual life is not going to the temple or the church and confusing the Lord. No. There was one child who was praying in the evening, kneel on his knees and say to the Lord, "Oh Lord, I should have been born 5,000 years before. Why did you make him born so late?" So the mother asked, "What kind of funny prayer you are offering? Why you ask like this? I should have been born 5,000 years before. So that I don't have to study the history of 5,000 years only." Therefore, Let us center ourselves to the core. And this going back to the center is extremely necessary. Sukham indriyakam shrunu dehe yogena dehinam sarvatra labhyate daivat yatha dukham ayatnataha. Here the boy says to his friends, it's a very beautiful thought. Any one of us have never tried for the miseries. But misery come to us, is it not? Without any efforts. Because that is due to us. They will come. Exactly the same way. If happiness is due to us, it will come. See, the most miserable search is the search for happiness. You stop it and you are happy. See? Our idea is, if I get that car, I will be happy. So I run and do this, that, and finally I get the car. By then another model comes. See? And any number of things you keep on changing, it can never give us fulfillment. Therefore, instead of running in this world after the happiness, be with yourself, there you are. You are the source of all bliss. Happiness doesn't come from the world. It is something like, suppose you are sitting for food. The food of your choice. You are hungry also. And you have just finished your prayer and you are going to start. And you get a phone call. Some very bad news. Somebody died, etc., etc. In that very moment, everything disappears. Food is the same. We are the same, hunger is the same, but there is no joy. See, friends, when we recognize this, that joy does not come from the worldly objects. Take an example to understand this point. I like to have a cup of tea in the morning, every day. 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when I get up, I'll come in the kitchen, prepare my cup of tea. Why? Because in the morning, 5 o'clock, the tick begins. Tea, 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 tea. And I become so miserable. Okay. I get up, come down, prepare a cup of tea. Now I am happy. Conclusion, because I got a cup of tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness is the content of tea. My conclusion. See? Like the nicotine or the caffeine, which is the content of tea, if happiness was also the alkaloid in the tea, everybody should have been happy by a cup of tea. But does it happen? But I do have the experience of happiness. Where from it has come? Let us analyze. Then we know a disturbed mind is misery. Because tea, disturbed mind. The moment I get a cup of tea, the disturbance gone. So undisturbed mind is bliss. Now see. Who is responsible for our miseries? Not the world. We, who have given value and importance to anything or anybody, that thing or body enters our mind and creates most uncomfortable situation. And because of that, we become extremely frustrated. So, we want to get rid of that uncomfortable feeling. We have a cup of tea, that disturbed mind becomes quietened, and quiet mind is equal to happiness. So, where from the happiness has come? Has it come from the world? at this moment. The experience that you have, it is not because of any object. It is not because of any gain. It is only because of you are with yourself. This faculty and ability to dive deep in one's own beauty is available only for human beings. See, other animals, they know only one thing: eat, sleep, procreate, protect. Eat, sleep, procreate, protect. Nothing else. See, friends. So, Prahlad tells, Sukham Aindriyakam Shrudu Deha Yogena Dehinam Sarvatra Labhyate Daivat. As misery is come to us without any efforts, similarly, what is due to us as happiness, joy, it will come. Nobody can stop it. See? The moment you take this standpoint, you will never struggle in life. Life will be a smooth glide like fish to the waters. The other day I was seeing the BBC documentary on snakes, and in one place, one snake, she carries the babies inside like the mammals, and when she delivers the babies inside the waters. So when the baby snake goes into the water, there is no coaching class for swimming. Naturally, in the same manner, all that is due to us will come. With this attitude you live, your life will be as smooth as fish to the water. No struggle. See? Therefore, Daivat Yatha Dukkham Ayatnataha. So let us not have this wrong notion that by efforts we get the things. On the contrary, Patanjali writes in his Yoga Sutras, Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatti-bhyam. Lesser the efforts, happier we are. More the efforts, less happier we are. See? For example, those who are hard of hearing, they have to put efforts. After 5 minutes, give up. Others are able to be comfortable because they are not putting too much efforts. Those who are hard of hearing, they put efforts. In 5 minutes they are tired because wherever there are efforts, we are not normal. Whenever we struggle in life, we are not normal. See? When we are driving according to the rules, driving is smooth. But if we go the wrong way, the problem for us and for others. Therefore, let us recognize this principle. Let life not be a struggle. Let life be a smooth glide. And this can come only with understanding. Wise people live in this world happily. It doesn't mean they don't have problems. They have problems. But they don't get influenced by these problems. They are able to be in the problems and yet they are out of the influence of the problems. See? Because their understanding is different. Tat prayaso na kartavyo yata ayurvay param nata vindate khemam mukunda charanam mujam. Therefore, let us not waste our time in these two pursuits. One is avoiding miseries and second is running after the happiness. What is due, it will come. Then what is spiritual practice? We are preparing ourselves for all the miseries. Whenever we are prepared, it is not a problem. If we are not prepared, then it is a problem. It is something like this, When we learn driving a car, we get the license. And if you go to India and drive the car, then you will have a real examination of your driving abilities. Here even a blind man can drive a car, no problem. There you really require a genius. Half an inch mistake you make and you are gone. Perfect. And it is not that only the cars run on the road. Anybody in the world has freedom. Because in India, democracy is not limited to human beings. It is extended to animals. Any animal can come anywhere on the road and stand and look at you without getting disturbed. And if one is not alert and cheerful, will become angry. I don't know why these animals are coming. Make yourself miserable. On the contrary, who has the driving license? You or the buffalo? You have the driving license. Prepare yourself. Problems become problems if we are not prepared. See? It is something like, we go for the examination. So when we go for the examination, is it wise to complain, the paper is very difficult? You are supposed to be prepared for everything that is being asked. See, friends. So instead of wasting our life and time in these two pursuits, running after the happiness and trying to avoid the miseries, focus your attention on something higher. See, friends, this is another very subtle principle. Be attentive. When the goal is higher, lower things automatically drop. See? Take an example, today's world's example. These girls who are born as human beings, they want to walk a catwalk. Those model girls, they want to walk like a cat. Although they are born as human beings, they want to walk there. Now to be on the ramp, they have to have tremendous discipline. They don't eat food. They calculate calories. They don't enjoy. What a sacrifice. Then only they can go there. See, friends, in the same manner, if we really want something to be achieved in life, we have to have some goal. So these girls have a goal, let me walk like a cat, that is their goal. Then everything else can be secondary. In the same manner, let us have something higher in our life. Not the same routine, mundane, what everybody has done, that we have done. We are born, everybody is born. Everybody grows, we grow. Everybody has problem, we have problem. Everybody dies, we die. Like the grass, Upanishad says, Sasyamiva martyaha pachyate, sasyamiva jayate punah. Like the grass we grow, and like the grass we perish. Is this life? See, friends, let us be a counter through which the bliss expresses in its full glory. And this can happen only if our thinking is corrected. Not when you simply stop thinking. Wrong thinking can be corrected by a right understanding. See? And therefore, nate vindate kshemam mukunda jaranambujam. The real bliss we will never be able to attain unless we have something higher goal in our life. See, friends. One young boy asked me one day this question. The question was, what is wrong if I run after the girls? I said, nothing wrong. Do you want a company? I can join with you. He said, no. Nothing wrong? I said, no, nothing wrong. No, you are not understanding. I said, my dear friend, you have not understood what is your problem. Your problem is not this. Your problem is you want to study, but your mind is running away and therefore you cannot study. So what should I do? This is your problem, is it not? Yes, this is my problem actually. I am not able to put it properly. Then I told him, if you have got some higher goal in your life, lower things automatically drop. See, friends, we have to have a higher goal. Without a passenger in a taxi, you see how the taxi moves? Very slow, lingering on the road. The driver looks here and there because there is no destination. And when there is a passenger in the taxi, destination is known, the road is known, it goes fast. In the same manner, what is the goal of our life? Zero. We are living because we are not dead. No other reason. See, friends. Therefore, here the teacher says, unless we have fixed something higher in our life, life can never have a glory. And if you see in the lives of all the great masters, they were not satisfied with the small little bit, I should have a good wife, a good children, and what next? How long can we continue with this? See, with this we conclude today, and tomorrow we will take the remaining portion. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.